In the landscape of personal finance, there exists a puzzling phenomenon that affects millions of individuals worldwide. A paradox where people earning six-figure salaries find themselves unable to build meaningful wealth living paycheck to paycheck despite their seemingly lucrative incomes. This phenomenon, known as the high-income poverty trap or the working rich syndrome, represents one of the most misunderstood and underaddressed financial challenges in modern economies. When we think of poverty or financial struggle, we typically imagine individuals earning minimum wage or working low-paying jobs. Society has ingrained in us the belief that if you earn enough money, financial security will naturally follow. However, this assumption fails to account for the complex interplay between income, expenses, taxes, lifestyle expectations, and psychological factors that can trap even high earners in a cycle of financial insecurity. Consider this scenario. A software engineer in San Francisco earns $200,000 per year, a salary that places them in the top 10% of earners nationwide. Yet, after paying $3,500 monthly rent for a modest apartment, student loan payments, car payments, health insurance premiums, and maintaining a lifestyle that matches their professional status, they find themselves with barely $500 in savings at the end of each month. They own expensive gadgets, drive a luxury car, and dine at trendy restaurants, but they cannot afford a genuine emergency expense exceeding $5,000 without resorting to credit cards. This is not an isolated case. It is a widespread phenomenon that affects doctors, lawyers, corporate executives, successful entrepreneurs, dual-income households, and professionals across virtually every high-paying industry. The high-income poverty trap does not discriminate based on profession, education, or social status. It ensnares anyone who fails to properly manage the relationship between their income and their lifestyle choices. This comprehensive guide will explore every facet of this financial paradox. We will examine its causes, understand its psychological underpinnings, analyze real-world case studies, and provide practical strategies for those seeking to escape this seemingly inescapable cycle. The high-income poverty trap can be formally defined as a financial situation in which an individual or household generates substantial gross income but possesses minimal net worth, limited liquid assets, and inadequate financial security for the future. Unlike traditional poverty, which is characterized by insufficient income to meet basic needs, high-income poverty involves earning enough money to live comfortably by societal standards, while simultaneously lacking the financial foundation that true wealth provides. The key distinguishing factor is the difference between income and wealth. Income represents the flow of money coming into your life, a paycheck, business revenue, or investment returns. Wealth, on the other hand, represents the stock of assets you have accumulated over time, savings, investments, property, and other valuable holdings. A person trapped in high-income poverty may earn $300,000 annually but have negative net worth or assets worth less than their liabilities. This distinction is crucial because it reveals why high income alone is insufficient for financial security. Someone earning $50,000 per year who saves 20% of their income will gradually build substantial wealth over time. Meanwhile, someone earning $300,000 per year who spends everything they earn will never accumulate meaningful assets, regardless of how much they bring in. Research consistently reveals that high-income households are not as financially secure as their earnings would suggest. Consider these revealing statistics. According to Federal Reserve surveys, nearly 40% of American adults would struggle to cover a $400 emergency expense without borrowing money or selling something. This statistic includes individuals across all income brackets, including those earning six figures. When examining households earning over $100,000 annually, approximately 25% report living paycheck to paycheck, with little to no savings beyond their monthly expenses.
A survey conducted by CareerBuilder found that 78% of American workers live paycheck to paycheck, including 1 in 10 households earning more than $100,000 annually. These numbers suggest that the high-income poverty trap is far more common than most people realize, affecting millions of individuals who appear financially successful on the surface. Moreover, data from the Economic Policy Institute shows that while income inequality has received significant attention in public discourse, wealth inequality is actually far more severe. The top 1% of households control approximately 40% of the nation's wealth, while the bottom 50% of households own only about 2% of total wealth. This disparity exists not because the wealthy earn more money, but because they save and invest a larger percentage of what they earn.
Beyond the numbers, the high-income poverty trap has significant psychological implications that compound its negative effects. Individuals caught in this paradox often experience chronic stress, anxiety, and feelings of inadequacy despite their objective success. They may feel like imposters, fearing that others will discover their financial secret, that they are not as successful as they appear to be. This psychological burden can create a vicious cycle. Financial stress leads to emotional spending as a coping mechanism, which further depletes savings and increases financial anxiety. The individual may rationalize their spending by pointing to their high income. "I deserve this because I work so hard," without recognizing that their income level is precisely what enables their overspending while still leaving them financially vulnerable. The social dimension of this psychological struggle is equally important. High earners often associate with other high earners, creating an environment where lifestyle expectations continuously escalate. When your social circle consists of doctors, lawyers, and executives who all drive luxury vehicles and vacation at exclusive resorts, it becomes psychologically difficult to live within your means in a way that might make you seem less successful than your peers. Lifestyle inflation, also known as lifestyle creep, represents one of the most significant factors contributing to the high-income poverty trap. This phenomenon occurs when an individual's spending increases in direct proportion to their income growth, effectively nullifying any financial benefit from earning more money. Consider the typical progression of a professional's career. When they graduate from college earning $40,000 per year, they might share an apartment with roommates, drive an older used car, and cook meals at home most nights. As their career advances and their income grows to $80,000, then $120,000, then $200,000, their spending grows commensurately. They move to a better apartment, then a house in a nicer neighborhood. They trade in their used car for a new vehicle, then upgrade again to a luxury model. They eat out more frequently, travel more extensively, and purchase higher quality everything. The problem with lifestyle inflation is that it creates a moving target for financial security. No matter how much money these individuals earn, they always feel like they need more because their lifestyle has expanded to consume all available resources. The person earning $40,000 who lives on $35,000 and saves $5,000 annually is building actual wealth, while the person earning $200,000 who lives on $195,000 is merely maintaining the appearance of wealth without accumulating any real financial foundation.